I was last week, as I was developing this particular passage of Scripture, realized that it was going to be pretty lengthy, and so I decided to make 2 points last week, and we'll do point 3 tonight. We'll do just a little bit of review, because if you're like me, if you sleep a time or two, you forget most of what happened the week before, and so I want to make sure we kind of have the context of what's taking place in 2 Corinthians chapter 7. Remember, Paul has been struggling with this internal conflict because he loves the church, specifically in this case, the church at Corinth, but he also wants the church to pursue holiness. And so there's this struggle because the church had quickly fallen into really deep moral depravity really not long after he left them. And he had hoped, he just really hoped and even voiced, my plan is to come back and see you soon. And unfortunately, the Lord had other plans. He was not able to go back when he had hoped to. And instead, he wrote them this strongly worded letter. 1 Corinthians is the strongly worded letter. And he rebukes them and tries to correct them before the church could sink into deeper moral depravity. And obviously, probably all of us have been rebuked at some point, certainly by your parents, but nobody likes a rebuke. And as you can imagine, in this case, there were some people who were wounded over Paul's strong words. They were wounded. They were discouraged. Some people took advantage of the opportunity to capitalize on Paul's absence by spreading false information about the Apostle Paul. They questioned his apostleship. They questioned his effectiveness. If he's such a great apostle, a man of God, why is he suffering so much? They were questioning his motives and even his love for them. Hey, he said he was going to be here, and he didn't come. And so there's a lot of rumors being spread around the church at Corinth about the Apostle Paul. And keep in mind, Paul was wounded too. Nobody likes to rebuke. Well, there's probably some people who like to rebuke. But Paul, that was not his heart. He had poured his heart into these people, and he had loved them. He had discipled them. He'd led them to the Lord. He'd helped get the church established. And now it seems they've ghosted him. They won't respond to him. They have this wound that they just can't get over. And so in this second letter, where we left off specifically last week, here in chapter 7, he begins to really bare his heart, and he's conflicted again. Man, maybe I shouldn't have sent that letter. Maybe I should have worded it differently. Man, I feel bad because you are sorrowful, and he's asking them to open their hearts back to him. And so let's just reread part of chapter 7 just for context.